Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku is a Dragonkin part 12, I believe. Right, yeah, I was right. It was I know I totally forgot it. Oh, yeah, I'm way too stoned for this, but let's continue on. Okay, for the last time, it's 12, so yeah, it's part 12. Now, before we begin our What If, I'm going to give a little shout out to a What If channel that I got introduced to on over on Discord. You guys should check out his content if you like it. You should like and subscribe on his channel. I watched one of his What Ifs, his most recent ones. Even though the picture says I barely watched maybe a part of it, but my my iPad or whatever it is tablet, sorry, it acts weird sometimes, so it doesn't really show what videos I've watched sometimes. So it's always been odd. But whatever. So you guys should check out his content if you like it. Do the whole red button click and all that fun stuff. So we're gonna continue where we left off. As Ezekiel looks up at Anubis, as he's like, unfortunately, that crazy fanatic Bahamut wasn't lying then. Well, this is great. So what are you after exactly, Bahamut? Not Bahamut, but Anubis. Sorry, wrong name. It's simple, youngling. Un- Unlike Bahamut, I have no interest in taking over my reincarnation's body. As Ezekiel gets in the fight sense, don't worry. I have no interest in doing that. There's a cycle of things that must progress. My time has gone and passed. It is your time. It is your time. And it becomes my responsibility to teach you things and to I forget what is it called. As he says, it's my job to bestow upon you my wisdom. As Ezekiel's, he doesn't want to deal with this, and power. As Ezekiel, his head tilts up as he smiles. Power. That I'm interested in. I've seen that expression before, youngling. Be careful. Don't let that don't let that need for power blind your judgment and you make a mistake and get yourself killed. I've seen many of Dragonkin make the same mistake. Only reason Bahamut is still around is because he's a crafty one. As Anubis points to a direction, look, youngling. As the smoke starts to form into people, as it's a scene with one of Izuku's memories, which is both of his parents, as they're sitting down on a kitchen, they're sitting down eating at the kitchen table. As Izuku's like, "What's going on? How are they here?" They're not here, youngling. This is this is only a brief glimpse of your memories, and because we're in the mindscape, I'm able to see your memories, and I'm also able to show you mine. I will show you where I gone wrong, and it is my job to make sure you don't make the same mistakes I did, youngling. As you can stop calling me youngling. As the newest laughs, my boy, you are far too young to even think about being for me to be dressing you towards a grown-up manner. You're gonna live a very long life, boy. As Izuku, excuse me? Boy? How the hell do you know that slang word? And I was like, Anubis, like, I might have, catch one of the memories while you were watching some sort of thing on what you call it, television. Don't tell me you watch everything I do, cause if I'm gonna be pissed. He's like, don't worry, youngling. I only seen glimpses of your memories in your mindscape. I can't forcibly look throughout your life. That's something I can't do in this state. Before we dive into my memories, I must lecture you on our heritage as Dragonkin. You know I was like magically teleported here, so I have no idea why you would be that pissed off that I have no way of knowing. As he's like, yes, as irritating as that is, it is true. Let's let's get on to my explanation, or he's telling about the Dragonkin in general. We Dragonkin might have human appearance, but that doesn't make us anywhere near being human. Even the knowledge of our creation is unattainable to us. We don't know what ritual or what method the dragons used to create us. We are all uncertain. As he's look over there, as Izuku looks over there, as the smoke forms into a village of a dragonkin. We all started out pretty innocent wise. Minor wars between each clan. The dragonkin species is separated in several different clans. Occasionally we have spouts and major wars, but we don't wipe out a whole clan just because we have a dispute. No dragonkin has gone that far. Until Bahamut, that is. Then we have the humans. As another village appears, as they go over there, as they walk through it. The most favorite species of the dragons. They were here. They were created long before we were, of course. Some are our kind don't acknowledge that, but we Dragonkins can be stubborn sometimes. But eventually, after our race, after our race prospered, we slowly came to conflicts with the humans, and humans do what they do best when they find another species that doesn't look like them or don't follow the rules or their methods. They do what humans do best: kill, disintegrate. Yeah, I probably pronounced that wrong, but whatever. Enslave, torture. But we are different from the rest of our kind. As he looks up at or looks towards him, what do you mean, Anubis? You see, every so often, one of uh, sorry, one of our kind develops a ability to to grant magic to other life forms, to our rest of our kin. I had no idea, and I slowly figured out you're able to pass it on to humans as well, as you already know that. You know that much at least. But that's outside your control because you have no you haven't mastered your complete control of your magic abilities. But we'll deal with that later. Like I was saying, it happens very rare. But the first one of our kind to ever have this gift, it didn't end well for him. No, it did not. What do you mean? When the first of our kind was created, don't know how. Don't think how. I don't think I don't think dragons had anything to do with it because of their actions that day. When our when the first of our kind with our abilities was birthed, there wasn't sure if the dragons would approve of such after they found out the capabilities of the child. They hid the child away for a few years until the dragons took notice. And when they found out what the child's abilities was, because he had no control over it, they ate him. Our so beloved creators, in, instead of nurturing the gift, they decide to kill it. So far then, we've always hidden the species of our race that's able to produce magic such a way. Like I said, all Dragonkin's able to magic. You just gotta know. You just gotta have the aptitude for it. I guess the dragons didn't really like having another being that's able to grant magic out like it's candy. Another reference I got from that nifty television you watch occasionally. As Anubis points out, it's a scene. You need to pay. You need to pay attention to this one, youngling. This one's an important one. As you see a scene where Anubis walking into his base, where he has many human apprentices to learn magic, as he just got done with someone going on to his territory, as he's come down bleeding, going to the hallway, as all his students catch him, as he put him on a chair. As a few days, he's slowly healing, but unfortunately, some of his students took advantage of the situation. They bind Anubis as they get as you know, a big crystal comes into the room. As they begin chanting, as they begin the process of siphoning his magic out, as he's screaming out in pain, as he's just saying, "Why? Why?" As Anubis, the real Anubis he speaks to Ezekiel. Not only did they want power just for power's sake, but they killed they killed any other student that didn't agree with their plan. My own students butchered each other over power, just for power's sake. Just to say, I am the most powerful. And because of that, I was in prison and siphoned for years. And when I got out, me and Bahamut started a war, a genocide, against all races that weren't Dragonkin. But happens one dragon clan decided to not join in the battle. That was the dragon clan you're from. The lava dragon kin. A mysterious bunch, said Nonetheless. The lava dragon kin clan was most like it was mostly a safe haven. An area where both groups could go into one area and not fight each other to the death. It's forbidden in the village. All conflict. Once you step in that village, you do not want to anger some of the more advanced lava dragonkin. I'll tell you one thing, little kin. They don't like to be challenged. I'm not afraid to admit I got my butt kicked by once or twice by one of one of the Dragon Lava clan. But I learned. Then I beat him down to a pulp. Now, at last, we could bring up this topic. This topic is Bahamut himself. You cannot let your guard down with that one. If you come face to face with him, you have to have the intent to kill. He must die. If he doesn't die, many innocent lives will be lost. Not just on this planet. Don't know how he somehow found a way to go into different realms. He wants to genocide all humans in all dimensions, not just this one. He has lost his way in seek of power and revenge. Knowing Bahamut, he's trying to get the dragon's attention. But I'm not even sure they even still exist anymore. If they still exist, they would have killed you instantly. So I don't know exactly what his end game is. Because he has to know that the dragons are not around. As Ezekiel looks up, you serious? You want me to kill your friend? Yes, youngling, it's very important. He's too dangerous to be kept breathing. Now, I know you're all about heroism and honor and all that, but you can't reason with Bahamut. You can't barter with him. It's either join him or die. That's how his mind works. Well, with that said, now we get to the point where I need to unlock your shift ability to forcefully to unbind your ceiling that I place on it so you won't be able to shift. As what? As he's like, what do you mean shift? You didn't say anything about shifting. You kind of left that out, old man. Well, you kind of left that out, Anubis. My apologies, old age and all. I'm pretty old. Because you're my reincarnation, you have your base form that you're in right now, and you have your dragon form that you saw me when we first met. Officially, that is. Now, the first time was going to be quite intense, but it's acceptable. But before I do that, I need to get. It would take too long to teach you everything. So I'm just gonna. What you kids say, jack it in? As he's thinking computer reference because he occasionally sees a bit, reference now and then. He's like, don't say that. What exactly are you trying to do? Think of it as I'm downloading some information into a computer. Oh, okay. Wait, what? As he places his two hands on Izuku while he places two hands on his forehead as he's transferring magical knowledge into him. Now, he has the knowledge, but he has to work at it to understand the meaning of the magic he's using and then the method to use it to best suit his fighting style. So there will be some magics, a lot of magic that he won't use because it doesn't evolve around, his element or his fighting style. So he's not going to be, using ice or shit like that. I might give him some sort of lightning abilities, uh, some magic. Just give him some, a variety of attacks. But that's about it. Now, I gave you all my knowledge when it comes to magic. The rest is up to you to learn and to master your craft into whatever fighting style you use. Now, Anubis steps backwards, good amount of distance. Now, Dragonkin, fight me. As he's like, what? In order to gain my power, you're gonna have to defeat me in one-on-one combat to the death. If you don't, if you don't, if you don't win, we both die. But if you win, I will fuse in, I will fuse into you, and you will gain my power. Or my power source will be fusing you, and I will die nonetheless. As they get into a fighting stance, if you can't defeat me, you no way in hell you could defeat Bahamut. But oh man, you haven't taught me how to unlock this shift ability. Don't worry, it'll come clear once our battle ends. If you live, that is. He was charges Izuku as they fist collide, as Izuku's actually being powered. He's actually being pushed back. You're gonna have to do a lot better than that, youngling. As he whaps him in the head, as Izuku goes flying, as he crashes into whatever the floor surface is in his mindscape. As Anubis creates glowing symbols all over the sky, as he's like, die. As shoots of energy blasts comes piling out everywhere, as Izuku's moving back and forth, as he's getting hit, as he takes flight, as Anubis takes flight as well, telling Izuku, as he's throwing fireballs at him, trying to pin him down to the ground, try to hit him out of the sky. As Izuku's flying, dodging the fireballs, as he turns around in midair, as he throws a fire spear strictly at Anubis, as it hits him straight on, as he's still flying towards, that did not stop him one bit, as he's like, shit, gotta admit, the guy's powerful. Come on, Izuku, how are you gonna do this? I don't have enough time to engage his fighting style. Judging by all these spells I have in my, all these, the knowledge of these spells, he could do a whole lot. As Izuku noticed that he's not moving anywhere, as he's stuck in midair, as he's like, what the hell is this? As he's like, Anubis is like, little nifty trick I came up with, combining two spells. What's that? I hate to ask, but what's that? Gravity and time. Have a nice trip. And he motions his hand as Izuku goes flying down into the ground. As Anubis floats down, menacing, as he's like, as a kid, as a youngling, I was most efficient when it comes to time magic. And gravity magic, it's nothing too difficult as long as you get the basis of it. People look down on gravity magic, but it can be quite useful in certain situations, like this. As he's pressing gravity on Izuku, as he's still on the ground. Where's that spunk, youngling? Was that all those Bosto? Was that all those poster? All bark, no bite? No, sorry. All bark, but no bite? Little lizard? Or maybe I said, take your body and visit that little pink friend of yours. As he pressed the don't fuck with Mina button. Zuki slowly gets up on his feet as he's like, what did you say, maggot? Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. Now, Izuku somehow broke the spell as he's like, I had enough. As he creates a big fire spear, as he tosses at, as it flies towards Anubis, as Anubis is getting ready to block, as the spear separates in mid-flight into smaller, slightly smaller spears surrounding all around Anubis. As Anubis is like, interesting. As as Izuku closes his fists as he says, die. As they all charge at Anubis as he gets hit pretty hard. After all the smoke clears, he's like, impressive. You actually hurt me a little bit. As he shrugs the dirt off his shoulder, acting like he's superior. Let's see how well you take. Let's see how you deal with another form of magic. As he straight up has a lightning bulb in his hand, a lightning bolt in his hand. As Izuku smiles, as he's like, dispel. As he doesn't say it, but as I don't know what spell he does, but as the spell dispersed, as it blows up in his face, as he goes flying back, as he's like, what the hell was that? As he tries to toss another one at him, as it dispels again. Huh. So that is. I thought it was very simple. As he was, what did you do? Oh, you gifted me with all that knowledge. Used, I just used one difficult spell. That best suited for this situation, old man. Yeah, as the name is, it's like dispel magic. I'm actually surprised. I'm actually impressed that you've learned it that fast. Yeah, after our little flight, I was I had to learn fast. After I figured out there was no way out of it with your versatility when it comes to magic of all things. Once after I kill you and take out that robotic dragon, I'm gonna pay. I'm going to fix what I did with the humans. There's some people that shouldn't have magic. My magic of all things. Thought did occur to me. We're in my mindscape. And that means I have full control here. As lava hands, as Izuku straight up created a bunch of lava. Enough as two lava hands comes, grabs Anubis. As they start pounding him down. One hand grabbed hold of him as the other hand starts beating him down. As they slam him to the floor. as all you hear is a noise, like not a scream, but a little bit of a injured noise because that hurt, a grunt or whatever you like to call it. As the two hands grab onto his arms, as they have him not pinned to the ground, but hold up, and they restraining him as he has one knee. He has one knee on the ground as he looks up Izuku as Izuku's walking towards him. I was going to take your knowledge and your wisdom, like he said, and leave it as it is. But the very moment, you decide to get a smart idea to take my body in and do unmentionable things to my Mina. And for that, as he steps close to him, you're dead. As he stabs his hand into Anubis's heart. And by happens, heart as Anubis smiles. It's like it grabs onto his hand, grabs onto his wrist, and she's like, I'm sorry about that, kid, but it had to be said. I had to push you to get. I needed you to go. I needed you to have killing intent, and my boy, you did it. Before you go back to the real, world, exit the mindscape. You're going to have to kill a lot of Dragonkin, because a lot of them will be following them blindly. Another thing, I'm, no condition to tell you how to chef, so you're going to have to do that yourself. After all, you have all the knowledge. You simply just have to try it. Now listen, boy, you gotta do it fast. You gotta pull my heart out, eat it. As he's like, you want me to eat a heart? As he's like, yes, you must. My heart, my heart resembles my source of power. There's like a meaning to it, but I'm not going to get into the whole aspect of the meaning because that will take me longer. As Izuku pulls his heart out, as he, doesn't want to do it, it's like gross. As he eats the heart. Now, the knowledge Izuku gained, he also gained knowledge to, how to get out of here. So, he doesn't, get stuck in the mindscape like an idiot. So after the first couple tries, he finally got it as we cut to the scene where they last before Izuku, was about to get electrocuted by the metal dragon. As Izuku looks at the metal dragon about to shoot lightning, as he unravels his wings, as he shoots a lightning spear, not lightning spear, but a fire spear, hitting the side of the dragon, as it shoots, it aims off, shooting the wall. While the machine is occupied, distracted, as Izuku flies straightly up to the robot face, as he inhales and exhales a fire blast point blank range, as Izuku goes flying back a little bit, as he catches himself in midair. Well, he's still flying. He just catches himself while flying. As he steps down, as he starts engulfing himself in a fire dome that blocks the view of everything from the inside and outside. It's big, so it's because this is just he just has to do it. This is just his thing. He does, I guess. As Roadfield sees this, as Shield, what the hell's going on? As David's, I don't know, Miss Rosefield. The readings are going off the chart. This much output of magic? Refer to MP, Shield. Fine, MP. That much source of MP, I don't know what's going on. As Izuku begins his first shift into his dragon state, as his claws in like bone structures grow, as his outfit's totally ruined, so yeah, he's gonna be quite pissed. As he begins to grow in size, his bone structure begins to morph, as it's quite painful. And some of the fire that's creating the dome splits a little bit, as everyone in the command room can see a little bit what's inside. No, I don't know what color of eyes they would. Well, he has red eyes, so glowing red eyes in the fire pit or the fire dome. That's all they can see. As it looks pretty big as it sees its eyes. As the dragon flaps his wings, as the dome dissipates, as everyone sees Izuku into a dragon. This is what he looks like in the picture. As he unites a mighty war, shattering a lot of the hidden glass. As it goes straightly for the robot dragon, as it's still trying to repair its senses, as it's trying to figure a way to get that fixed. As Izuku lunges in, chomps on the dragon's neck, throws it down, swaps his tail against the head several times, making big impacts into the robot's dragon head. As it steps its front claw, onto the robot's head. As it holds the mouth open, pry it open, as the dragon sprays lava straightly inside the robot, as the robot overheats. As Izuku carves it open, pulls out the power source, and throws it off to the side as the robot blows up. When David and Melissa checked on Mina, she was out that door heading towards Izuku, as they were trying to stop her because sorry. They're trying to stop her because she doesn't know if Izuku's in full control. As they're like, it's dangerous, young Mina. She's like, I don't care, I'm going to see Izu. As she bolts out that door real fast, getting to Izuku. As Mina runs over to Izu, or Izuku, or Izu that she likes to call him. As she jumps on Izuku's, one of his, it would be his wrist. Basically jumps on it, grabs onto it, as she says, Izu. As the dragon looks at her, as he could talk in Dragon Farm 2 too, so. As he's like, Mina, can you please stop that? That's kind of embarrassing. And she's like, what? I missed you, Izu. Can you, as much as as much as this new form's awesome and all, but can you, change back? As he's like, yes, but I can't. As Mina's like, what the hell? Why can't you? Is because if I shift back, my clothes don't have any, and I'm not going to, I'm not going to. What's the word I'm looking for? Expose myself with people watching. As Mina's like, what's the big deal? I've seen you naked. Yeah, it's different, Mina. As she smiles, that's fine. As she, direct, she told Shield and the rest of them that he kind of needs to close shift back. We cut to a time skip for like about 20 minutes or so. As Izuku's, wearing something. So, as Melissa Shield, David, and Miss Rosefield comes up to Izuku. As Izuku, as Izuku's like, "What's going on, Mina? What's David Shield doing here in the military? I guess." As sorry, as Mina's like, "All right, this don't get too angry, okay? I actually had a lot of fun. And where's the people that kidnap you?" As Melissa's like, Dad. Young Tasuma, I'm David Shield. It's very nice to meet you. Did you find the bastard who did it? Did he get a severe punishment? If not, I would like to uphold my promise to incinerate him. Or her. Don't know. Don't care. Father. Fine, daughter. I'm sorry, Izuku. It was me. As Izuku, what? My, why would you do that? It was I'll I'll inform you of why. As Miss Shield walks up with her hands behind her back in a military position, posture, not position, posture, posture. She's like, once I heard that you were going to visit Island, I had a secret operation going on with the organization that I'm affiliated with. So Mr. Shield and I agree to put you through a trial, see how you're capable of, see how powerful you are, and see if you're become a threat or not. As Izuku keep talking, I can't. I cannot give the name of the organization that I'm a league to. As they had Mina, sorry, small pause. They had Mina said it's that's classified information. If if she told anyone, she wouldn't even be able to get a psychic job. So yeah, she's real serious about that. So she's keeping that tight. And you did adequately, given the last part wasn't a part of the agreement. Isn't that right, Mr. Shield? Yeah, ma'am. Sorry. I must apologize again, Izuku. For my brash behavior, my excitement got the best of me. As he turns to Mina, as she's like, Mina, are you alright? And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. I had some sweets. I can see it's still in your mouth. As he swipes it away. Despite you kidnapping my girlfriend, as Mina's like, so you finally accepted it. Yeah, I stop it, Mina, please. As he gives her a smile. Mina is unhurt and she seems to be in a good mood, so I will not incinerate you, David Shield. I believe your name was Melissa Shield at the ceremony at the Quirk Blast tournament. And she's like, yeah, can you direct me out of here so I could, spend some time with Mina? And it's like, yeah, yeah, of course. Well, I'll direct you to the exit. Oh, and David Shield, if you have any more, any more stuff like this, contact me. This was actually kind of fun. Despite you kidnapping my girlfriend, beyond that, I had actually had a good time. As he's keeping the whole inner mind bullshit to himself. His mindscape. So yeah, he's not gonna tell anyone about that. Because that'll make him sound like he's crazy. So yeah. Ezekiel's too smart to have that bag willingly to release that sort of information. That's a need to know basis when it comes to him. As he's like, after all, David, not much I can do about it because you're sanctioned by some sort of form of the government. So even if I tell my mom, and my mom's gonna be, she would be pissed if I told her. And before you run off running your mouth, military lady, don't worry. I won't tell my parents. Like it wouldn't even do anything. It wouldn't even do any good anyway. So there's a night. Very nice to meet you, David Shield. Lovely island, by the way. As many of them walk out, as David Shield sort of laughs nervously. Oh, that went well. Don't think you're not out of trouble yet, Shield. As Miss Rosefield. It's about to scold Shield as her phone rings. As she's like, "Oh, hi, sweetheart. What can I do for you?" Sweetheart, I'll be home shortly. I'm finishing up what I have to do at the office. I should be home with our daughter. I should be home in time before she sorry. I should be home in a couple of days before she. I should arrive at the house before she goes to bed. All right. See you later, sweetheart. As she hangs up. Well, lucky for you, I have some personal matters to deal with. Please excuse me, David Shield, Melissa Shield. As she leaves Island to go back to her family, Eraserhead, Ozawa, and Ozawa's daughter. Now that leaves a question: should I add her into the story and make her like a part of UA? So if I do that, that means one of Class 1A characters will not be in a what if. So the people I'm willing to get rid of is Moneta, the Visible Girl, the Tape Dude, and the dude that talks to animals or whatever. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's not very important to the story. So leave a comment down below if you want to see that or not. Or I can make her younger and just have her have a brief impact in the story, just a little bit, a couple scenes with her and her dad, stuff like that. So we're gonna stop it here because yeah, we're I'm almost at 15 minutes. So this one probably won't have an intro, so you probably know that by now because this is a recording. So enough. Yeah, okay, guys. I hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time zones. All right, bye.